Good evening, Britannia, and hello to the rest of the world. Welcome back to the channel with the latest updates from British politics and this socialist government. Let's talk about Wahid Ali, the biggest, largest donor for the Labour Party and Keir Starmer, the new socialist prime minister. Wahid Ali also happens to be a Lord, so he is in the House of Lords. He's now being investigated. Keir Starmer is in trouble. The whole team have been lying about many things because the recollections, they forgot. Somehow all these politicians on the left suddenly lose their memory. When Nicola Sturgeon got into some financial issues over donations and missing money, suddenly Nicola Sturgeon lost all her memories. It happens on a regular basis. Now it's about the Labour Party, the Labour government, and Wahid Ali. Now, Lord Ali has been funding many Labour candidates and politicians, including Keir Starmer and also his wife's underwear. Yep, that's still ongoing. And we've now discovered that, as of today, Lord Ali is being investigated, matters under investigation by the commissioners. So the commissioners are now investigating alleged non-registration of interests leading to potential breaches of paragraphs 14A and 17 of the 13th edition of the Code of Conduct for members of the House of Lords. So there's an issue with registering or not registering their financial interests. Of course, this is not the first time something like this has happened in Parliament. But let's have a look at the Code of Conduct, because of course this is obviously, it becomes important because these investigations are quite regular, but at the same time, nothing actually happens. There's no real punishment, let's just say, because everybody has short-term memory. 14A. So 14 is rules of conduct. In order to assist in openness and accountability, members shall register in the register of the Lord's interests, all relevant interests, in order to make clear what are the interests that might reasonably be thought to influence their parliamentary actions. Then you look down to number 17. Members are responsible for ensuring that their registered interests are accurate and up to date. They should register any change in their relevant interests within 1 month of that change. If they don't, then of course they're going to have to answer some serious questions. The problem with this is that if I feel like there's more to this story. I mean, I'm not talking about this particular update. I'm talking about the whole overall issue with what's been going on with Wahid Ali, with Keir Starmer, his wife, Angela Rayner, and everybody else. It seems like there is an issue because the clashes that we are seeing at the top of Downing Street between Sue Gray, who is supposed to be the chief of staff to Keir Starmer, but in reality she's basically the unofficial prime minister right now because she's pushed out everybody and all the briefings must go to her before it gets to Keir Starmer. She decides if Keir Starmer needs to know something or not. All those clashes have resulted in, for example, Simon Case, the head of civil service, to resign, Angela Rayner being pushed out of some briefings, number of the political advisors not being happy with Sue Gray, and parliamentary backbench MPs. So somebody's leaking something, basically. This is on purpose. They are coming for Keir Starmer, and those who have not been influenced by Lord Ali, Wahid Ali's money, essentially, are clearly behind it. That there are some interests, and this is to hit Sue Gray. But I don't care, because all I care about is accountability and transparency. I don't care which side is attacking which side or which side is briefing against the other side. They're all as bad as each other. The good thing about it is that some stuff might come out. For example, Guido reported, accountants are now saying Starmer has been told that he should pay at least £50,000 in taxes on all the freebies. Accountants say Starmer should pay 50k tax on gifts like other taxpayers would. You should have to pay tax on gifts. So this is according to obviously the experts on this issue. Keir Starmer will cry if he's asked to do that because, one rule for them, another rule for the rest of us. There's another story by Guido that Starmer, who's now panicked because of everything that's coming out about what sort of stuff he's spending money on that he hasn't told us on. He's now, in a panicky situation, repaid 5.5% worth of the freebies that he's received. 1/20th of the freebies. So he decided to basically give it up, but only 5% of all the freebies from people who wanted to have direct influence. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's 5% of it is repaid now. And there's no issue here. There are no dodgy, suspicions going on. No, absolutely nothing. There is also the problem with the two-tier investigation right now. Because why is it that when the Tories were in trouble, the whole of the Westminster Village, including the media, were on top of it, and everything will be like covering it left, right, and centre? This is still not being really covered by the mainstream media. Now, for example, new media outlets like 2CTV or New Media Press, New Press, of course, when it comes to websites like Guido, we are reporting this. But where is the outrage? It's funny how, for example, this morning, the channels like BBC News, Sky News, even ITV with This Morning, they were very much focused on holding Nigel Farage and Reform to account, as if Nigel Farage and Reform are in power, are in government. They are so focused on accountability when it comes to Nigel, but not really the actual government. BBC Verify, which is BBC's new fact-checking program, which is basically presented by somebody with a dodgy CV, Mariana Spring. She lied on her CV. Her CV was literally fake news to get the job as a fact-checker, by the way. And these guys continue to do many programs on Nigel Farage, on Tommy, on Reform UK, on basically anybody who's not in government. They're not doing anything on people who are actually in government. There is no appetite. We know why. But if we say it, then they're going to fact check us. But it's okay, because we will always fact check the fact checkers. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we had Sky News attempting to do a hit job on 2CTV. Well, that was funny because they just made us more famous, and we gained so many new subscribers since that night when Sky News were trying to bring us down. Good times, guys, good times. But yeah, let's get some reaction because there is so much to cover. All right, live chat time. Starmer was picked as a person that wanted power but is easily bought. He picked like-minded people for the cabinet. That's why it's such a disaster. That's actually not a bad summary. Fair enough. Kai says, no surprises at all. As I've been saying, money buys power, no matter how twisted the mindsets of the people in this issue. Bribery and corruption is always a big influence in controlling the outcome. It's the bad people using money, obviously. It's not money itself. Middle-aged Brit says, Starmer is probably praying for escalation in the Middle East so the attention is diverted away from his corruption. This is also makes me think about why over the last few days there's so much focus on holding Reform UK to account, for example, and suddenly everybody is really much concerned about the Tory leadership election in the media. As more stories comes out about Starmer and Sue Gray and everybody else, it seems like some of the people in Downing Street are picking up the phone, calling their friends and at BBC and Sky News and Channel 4 to tell them to talk about other things, perhaps. Edith says, Maya, where has your video gone with reference to France arming Hezbollah? Well, Lebanon, not Hezbollah. It's gone for me. I can't find it. Has YouTube removed it? The video is right there. I can see it on the channel. So if you click on the channel, then click on, there's a number of tabs at the top. Click on live. That's the live streams. And then you scroll to the right. It's apart from this video, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 7th video. It says breaking news, and you got the French foreign minister. I can see it. It's still live, Edith. Let's get more reaction from the rest of you guys. Never let a good crisis go to waste. Yep. Sharon says, warm hugs from England. I could do with a warm hug because it's freezing in this flat tonight. It's very cold. It's not even November. The Saxon said, not to mention the tickets to the Emirates. probably got my old season ticket after I left London and gave it. The dodgy tickets that were given to Starmer to go to the Emirates. That's the problem, because firstly, he came out recently to say, you know what, guys, I just can't go to the stadium anymore. I can't watch the game. And I'm like, why? Well, because I can't go where the common people are, where the plebs are, because that's not safe. I have to go to a VIP box. I'm like, why? Even Rishi Sunak, and he's a billionaire. You're just a millionaire, Starmer. Rishi Sunak, the billionaire, was going to stadiums with a couple of bodyguards, and people around them were watching him. It's not rocket science. Donald Trump continues to go to NFL matches and UFC matches, fights and everything else. You can do it. It's not difficult. You're just making excuses because you want to go back to your VIP box. That's why. They just can't live without freebies. It's so embarrassing. There's also this thing about, I think it was Andrew Jenkins. Was it Andrew? Yes. Andrew Jenkins also posted this expose, which has already been reported now. But Andrew mentioned something very interesting about Angela Rayner. If you guys remember, a few weeks ago, Angela Rayner went to Spain and she was dancing around Ibiza. She was in Ibiza and there was a DJ booth sort of thing. We now have confirmation that even that trip was paid. It was a freebie. Look at this. Gifts and benefits from sources outside the UK. Name of donor, Aita LLC. Then you got the address, which I believe is in California. And then amount of donation or nature and the value of donation in kind. Hospitality, visit to the DJ booth. And then it says, these are £836 value. Date received 28th of August. That's almost 2 months ago. Yeah, a month ago. And date accepted, 28th of August. And then a donor status company registered on 25th of September 2024. So that was, so many questions about this, by the way. That was Angela Rayner's trip to Spain. So you can see these people are not there to actually be serving the public. They're just there to serve themselves. It's quite clear. Anthony says something interesting. So if I give someone a Christmas present, I should pay tax on it. Not like that. You do pay tax on any present you give because you pay VAT. But if you are doing some sort of a declaration, you have to pay tax on. You can't just go around. These politicians are taking money without any sort of declaration on time, and also any taxes being paid. But they want us to pay taxes on everything else. But they're fine apparently. Anyway, sorry, this is a whole separate thing, but we just got another breaking news that the Iranian president has now said that Iran is not looking for war with Israel anymore. They've changed their mind. It's not. It's a lie, by the way, because the Iranian president says one thing, but he's not actually in charge. It's the supreme leader who calls the shots. So I think now that they realize Israel is about to hit Iran, they're like, wait, can we not have a war anymore? You declared war on Israel yesterday, and now they're saying you don't want a war anymore. So that's the latest update on the situation with the Islamic Republic of Iran and the Islamic Republic of Keir Starmer. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.